Hi, it's Jack Patmore from the FA Grassroots Technology Service Desk, and today we're going to be talking you through what roles are required for the different aspects of the FA Matchday app. Now, firstly, many of you are interested in using the new payments functionality within the Matchday app. Now, whilst payments will be paid from the players' accounts via the Matchday app, all of your administration will be done within payments.thefa.com. So this means your key officials don't need to log into the app. Instead, they go to payments.thefa.com to make those administrative changes. Now, to get access to this site, you'll need to be one of the 3 key officials, so club secretary, chairperson or treasurer. And within the portal, you can make all of the changes to the payment structures, you can assign fees, and you can look at your reports of who's paid and who's not. So anything to do with the payments tab that you're setting up, all you will need access to is the payments portal. If you are a manager, a coach or an assistant manager, you will need access, of course, to the FA Matchday app. And this is the place where you're looking at your player availability. You can manage your match details, and you can, of course, submit those live events and your post-match match reports. Now, this is very much based around game day, so it's organising your team, it's submitting those match reports in, and this can all be done via the Matchday app. And the roles you'll need for the FA Matchday app on your phone are team manager, team coach, or team assistant managers and coaches. That means if you're a club secretary or club treasurer, you won't have access to this unless you are added in as a team manager or a team coach or assistant. They're the only roles that are added to this, and you'll be added to a particular team. So who can add roles? Your club chairperson or your club secretary can both add these roles within whole game system. And there's 2 methods to add in people to the whole game system. Now, firstly, you will need to sign in to the whole game system using your FA account credentials. And once you've signed in, you will then need to go to your relevant club tab. Now, if you haven't yet submitted your affiliation, you will need to add in your team managers via the affiliation portal. So down here, we can see affiliation in progress, and you'll need to head to step 4 of your affiliation tab. And within this tab is all of your teams. And from here, if you click edit, you can then add in any required managers as needed. So actually, I need to add in my manager. I can click add official here. I don't know his fan number, but I can search by details instead. So I'll search for the first name, last name, to be searching for the official, and I'm going to add them in. So I want them to have access to the app. I know that they're a coach, so I'm going to add them in as a coach. So these 4 at the top are the ones that will get access to the app. Team secretary, importantly, doesn't get access. You'll need to add them in as one of those roles, the manager or coach roles. I click OK, and you can see now that that manager is added in to this form. I'll click Save Team, and providing they have a DBS check and similar, it will highlight if they don't, but providing they have a DBS check, that person is now saved within the affiliation form, and once they are input and saved, they will then have access to the app. So if you haven't yet submitted your affiliation and you want to get people access to the app, you'll need to go to step 4 of the affiliation and submit them in from there. If your affiliation is currently submitted and being reviewed by your county FA, then you will need to contact your county FA in order for them to update the team's details. However, if your team has actually already been approved and their affiliation has been completed, and this is the way you can add managers in during the season, you will head to the team officials tab. And you'll then click add official. And in exactly the same method, you're presented with this box. If you know their fan, you can use that. If you know their details instead, you can use this. And again, you're adding them in exactly the same. And you're assigning them to the correct team. So I know he's the first team manager, and you're going to select a start date. And I've now added that person in. And that person will now have access to the FA Matchday app as they've been subscribed as a manager. So moving back, if you want access to the FA Matchday app, you'll need to be assigned as a team manager, coach or assistant. If you see that message saying that, sorry, we cannot find your teams, these are the roles that you will need. Any further queries, please feel free to email us. It's matchday@thefa.com.